Hello, all. Welcome back to Melanin Madam. I feel like I need to rename this night. The men are going to carry the show tonight because I have nothing to give, nothing at all. I don't have no advice for nobody. My best advice is to do whatever it takes not to jump off a curb. Nothing,
Feel silly.
nothing to give.
Real
The world is crazy.
I'm telling you, no, we've had a
Well
really good
said.
season of graduations and all that stuff. But for those of us that
Well
work in
said.
corporate America, I think the world is dragging us and paying fast food employees. And I swear, I have been to like 3 different places and gave the food back and said, "Give me my money back. I don't like your funky ass attitude." How
Damn.
about that? We don't go there. I'm never that hungry. At the rate stuff is right now, that alone is making us not hungry. I know I got nothing to give. But on a brighter note, I'll tell you guys right after the co-hosts introduce themselves. Tell you what happened with my car.
What's going on, y'all? Famous homie here again tonight. As she said, we had a week of celebrations, graduations, family time, and it was beautiful. Glad to be here tonight to talk this shit. I can't wait. Subscribe, like, and share, y'all.
All right, thank you, everyone. This is Jojo Habanero. Like everyone said, congrats to those who are graduating. I have to say, these people are going in on the graduation celebration. I mean, I've seen some people with the flashiest outfit. There's one girl looking like a princess. Go all right. I mean, they go all out. But yeah, for those who went ahead and did what they were supposed to do, to all the moms and dads who sat there through the homework and everything, congratulations to you all. I'm sure you all must be proud.
Mhm. So, fun fact, I saw this. So, normally I agree with people, especially Black people, when they say that we do too much and they say that, everything is shifted from weddings to baby showers, proms, things like that. So, that need to have a wedding isn't there. I do agree with that. There's a little something different about this year. Well, two things. One is 4 years ago, those same kids didn't get to have their graduations. None of them. High school, they didn't have it for junior high. College, they didn't have it for high school. So I think that parents are going like way out a little bit more this year because they didn't really get to for the last thing. And then the other thing is, I don't know if y'all saw it, but some guy had posted about um, B Diddy's twins and saying, look, they just look simple, whatever, like that. And I'm like, did you really just say that? Did you compare regular people to them? Like, the difference is they could do this shit every day. If I want to wait and blow everything out for my senior, as long as I got college covered, then let me do that for my senior. But are you really saying that? I'm pretty sure their dresses were labeled. That hair in their head cost way more than anybody's dress. They had a makeup artist, a photographer, real jewelry. Like, let's be real. Let's not compare us regular people trying to make parents feel bad and comparing them to them.
Goofy.
Is that even real? Like,
Goofy.
am I tripping, or does that even make sense to try to compare or shame Black parents at this time? Let's just be real.
You're not tripping. It's goofy as hell. Goofy as fuck.
I don't get it, especially when, like, if you're gonna say something, it was a girl on another Black girl on TGIF today, and she's from Louisiana. Her high school didn't even have a campus where you could get dual classes and go take college courses. They didn't have AP. They didn't have any of that, and that baby got $1 million in scholarships.
Decent.
So on top of the one that got the 16, she ended up with 16 million in scholarships. Now it's another one that got $1 million. And I'm so happy she chose to go to a Black school. She went to LSU. So she's staying local and she's going to LSU. Super excited. That's one of our family colleges. I was
Yeah.
proud of her. But
Yeah.
we're going to talk. Can we talk about that? Can we talk about the single fathers that have daughters? That more kids look dressed this year too. They are more covered. To me, they are. I don't know. I guess I just feel different about this year because I feel like these kids, this year deserved a lot because they had a lot taken from them. I just feel that way. I don't know. Who am I? I didn't birth no babies. I just raised them better than parents, but it's okay. It's okay. Speaking of interesting parents, so the hot topic for tonight is the baby that tested positive for, I think I could say it, cocaine. This is what happened. So a Black mother had her baby and her baby was breaking out or whatever. So she took the baby to the hospital. When she took it to the hospital, they gave the baby a blood test. Now, this is what I didn't know. They tested the baby for everything. It included drugs. Um, the test came back positive for cocaine. They called CPS, did all those things. They show up at her door to take her baby. And she's like, I don't do drugs. Good thing is, for once, or not for once, but I'm glad they televised it. A Black person was treated well. They went around her house. It was nothing there. Dogs, nothing there. She said the only other place the baby is the daycare. They took the dogs over there to KInderCare. That's where the drugs was. KInderCare.
So wait, drugs are at KinderCare for one. At KinderCare for two. How did they get in the baby system?
They was in a worker's backpack. So I don't know. For how did it get to did she go maybe sniff some and then pick up the baby? Because the baby was holding age. The baby is still holding, it's still months. That's what I was wondering. So did she like take some on her lunch and then like maybe
residue, or did she accidentally put it in the milk, or like how the fuck?
I don't know.
Why do you have? Oh God, so many.
But the picture on the thumbnail, guys, it has a picture of the KinderCare, but that picture of the baby is the picture of the rash part. It looked like it was all right here. So it was a lot. Just think if that would have unalived that baby and that mother, just think if they wouldn't have listened to her. And the lady was Black, the employee was Black. Right.
Damn it.
But can you imagine them knocking on your door? What if she didn't take the baby to the hospital, just, did home remedies? Because rash, people typically don't take them. You do home remedy unless it gets real bad, and it looked like it was. What if they wouldn't have listened to her? What if they would have met her at the hospital, put her in handcuffs and everything? KinderCare? Y'all don't drug test y'all people?
Apparently not. Apparently not. To have cocaine? Why would I understand kids is bad and fucking, it's hard dealing with kids, but god damn, you ain't gotta be sniffing no coke. Come on, man.
Jesus. If our kids not safe at work, I don't know where at school. If our kids not safe at school while we're at work, I don't know what else to do with this country. Yeah.
KinderCare costs just as much money as rent. KinderCare is expensive. It's very expensive. So you would think that they had, to be fair, even as a company, you can't control every single little thing, but it was, so let's not just, anybody listening, you can't nail KinderCare to the cross. You can go for KinderCare because that's the company where the person worked, but I just don't know how I would feel. I think that if I was there and the dogs was there and they was looking and they put it out her backpack, I think before I knew it, my hands would be around her throat. Because why? With my baby? With any baby? Now do all the other kids, are they supposed to test all the other kids now?
They should.
Because the dogs went straight to it, the article said. The dogs went straight to it. And I don't want to post the picture because you could see the baby. Some people blurred it out, but y'all know the news. You could go look at it if you want to on your own, but that baby's so cute too. Cute little baby. But I can't imagine. I can't. And the way that Al was listing the charges, it was like, number one, possession, then all the separate charges that come with a child, neglect, abuse. Like, it's so many of them that they could do. And you can do, he did say you could do criminal and civil. So his advice to her was to do every single one so you could just cash out. Because what if your baby wouldn't have lived? Or what if it's something that, do they have to give that baby stuff for like its addiction?
That's a good question.
Or does it
If the
need to be
baby,
such?
if the baby is so young that they can't know this at this moment, they'll probably have to monitor the child for a while, um, and see what's going on. Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy.
I
Yeah,
hope
it
it was
might
a
be.
very, very little bit that got on the skin, but not in the system. So it's no development, anything.
I mean, if they did a blood test, that means it's in the system.
Oh,
So
It
shit.
could have,
Right.
it's in
it could have gotten in
it.
through the pores, but yeah, it's in the system. It is.
Now we got to wonder: is it just this one day, or how many days have this been going on? Because now we're
Is
looking
it
at
is it just this one child?
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Is it
Maybe
just
because
this one
at
child?
this point, when a mother does, drugs when she's pregnant, the baby come out. That's why we could get a drug
That's
baby
what
from a
that's.
crack baby. So this baby could very well be a crack baby or cocaine baby, whatever the substance was, off of being in the system. So that's the part we got to pray on. Like, hopefully the baby don't got no drug addiction.
Well, everybody, let's just pray that it was this one time, it was a really small amount, and it does not impact this child or any other child. And let's pray that no other child tests anything for it. The very, very sad part is that if it did on another day, to everybody's point, it leaves your system in like 3 days. So I hope that they could do something different for the children and make sure that they're okay. And I hope she don't have no children, that she was leaving this stuff around. That's out of control. I just can't even see myself. Okay. Well, I thought that was very, very interesting. So before, on my way in here, I was listening to Tasha K, and apparently they have seized records from Diddy that show different names. The prosecuting attorney is, this is allegedly from Tasha K. The attorney is R. Kelly's attorney. What is the I cannot. This is a three-ring fucking circus. This is crazy. So, oh my gosh. What I don't like is, again, people coming from Young Miami and saying she was involved, she has stuff to do with it. But there are people that are saying, and to some degree, Cassie says she was too. How come she gets to be a victim? Kim Porter gets to be a victim. J-Lo gets to be a victim. But Young Miami want to crucify her. And then you want to say, well, Cassie was young. And what is Young Miami?
Young. Her name, Young.
Mm.
Young.
All of them got paid. All of them. Okay. Okay. I don't understand. I'll have more for that on the Tuesday show, because I literally heard it 10 minutes before I came in here, and my face was on the floor. I was like, Jesus, this is crazy.
If we don't stop trying to prosecute everybody else for Brother Love's bullshit, this is Brother Love and Brother Love himself. Stop trying to put everybody else in his bullshit. That's a grown ass man who's running this whole shit. That's that sick ass motherfucker. Stop trying to put it on other people.
Right?
Shit.
How does that even make sense, brother, when Jaguar has came out and said, I saw this, I know this? She shouldn't be prosecuted either, because she tried to tell the security guards. What is going to make, why are you targeting this one person every time, but like you said, but not him as much? I don't even understand how you could build a whole show around her. Like, how does that work? But you're not saying anything to the other people saying, I saw it, but this happened, but I don't understand.
And to me, look at why are only all the women being in question? The one that sees what
I
about all
wasn't
these
gonna say
niggas?
it.
What about all these niggas that hang around brother Love, and that's his homeboys, the Stevie J's and the Busta Rhymes, who's under his comments talking about we rocking with you till the end, Diddy. Jay-Z. What about all these? Yes, Busta Rhymes put before the video came out. Busta
No, he
Rhymes,
didn't.
yes, he did. Busta put under Diddy's post. I screenshot that shit and said that we were still rocking with you, Diddy. So Busta, Diddy, Stevie J, Jay-Z, all the niggas that fuck with Diddy, all the niggas that say ain't no party like a Diddy party. Why ain't nobody talking about these niggas that's been close to Diddy? That seen some shit. These niggas definitely seen some shit and turned a blind eye to it. And that's what pissed me off. Women are always attacked, and then they just let these niggas just go fly into the radar. Why don't we question his best friends and what they saw? Let's do that.
That's what I don't understand. That's why my laugh is not, I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing like this can't be, like a nervous laugh, like this can't be real. I don't know what to say because I don't understand, because I see the same thing as you. And I'm definitely not one of those people that think Black people are always a target or Black women are always a target, but that's what I see. Vlad is doing all of these interviews of people saying these things. They've been saying it for years. And they talk freely and make, like my brother said, they make kind of jokes out of it. They don't think, some of them don't think it's funny, but they still got a little sarcasm with it, stuff like that. But these are women that are off the radar, and you want to pull them out of a video or what you heard, but not the people like you said that was closest to you, or that Gina girl. You pulling the ones out that's popular.
It's so terrible, sis, that it boils down to me. Like I said on another show, men don't check men anymore. Men always want to check a woman and always say, I'll check a bitch in their songs and all this other stuff, but they don't hold each other accountable, going all the way back to the Ike and Tina story. How many niggas was around watching Ike whoop Tina's motherfucking ass
openly?
Do shit. Like, how do you be part of that? There's no way I can be in a room with one of my friends and he beating the shit out of his girl and I'm just gonna turn my face this way. What type of nigga is you? What type of nigga is y'all? Niggas that's watching other niggas beat on women and don't say nothing or don't do nothing. Y'all are all just as guilty as that nigga Brother Love and whoever other regular niggas that participate in this type of shit. Y'all the same bitch niggas as Brother Love. I
think so. Because at the very least, if you try to help her, because one security guard said they tried to help her and she, for Cassie, and she ended up like going back and telling some of the things that was said. Okay, if you do that, then you did your due diligence. Yeah. But I'm not, I can't be around you no more. So like, I'm with you. How come you didn't exit the scene? Because I think that guy in Healthy Bentley, I think I think he probably didn't see nothing. Then he saw something. Then he disappeared. Sure. That would be me. That would be me. I mean, if y'all do drugs, that's your business. I don't want anybody to, but that's your business. But putting hands on somebody, I'm just not that type of person.
Don't we see why Mace left now? Everybody thinks that Mace was chasing God. Mace wasn't chasing no damn God.
We knew that was what protected him to get away.
He was trying to get away from Brother Love. Mace didn't give a fuck about that. Mace saw some shit and said, I'm out of this motherfucker. Hell no. J-Lo, she saw what she saw and said, oh no, I'm out of here. This nigga crazy. You know what I mean?
She got out of there quick.
Got the fuck up out of there.
Once she saw that case turn, knowing that case should have been, she got the heck up out of Dodge and did it while it was hot so that he could not retain her, is what I believe. So he couldn't keep his paws in her or whatever. They didn't only see things, they did things themselves. I agree. And that's actually a narcissist trait. That's why this topic is tonight. I'm just saying. I agree. So I don't know how these people sleep at night. They got daughters that are of age now to date and all of these things. And I don't know. I couldn't. I'm with one blogger was saying that we have people in our families that haven't done so great things, and you don't stop loving them. You don't, but you don't condone what they do. You love them, but you don't support them. Those are two different things. If you need, I'm not going to let you go hungry. But if you want, I can't kick it with you. I can't do this. I can't do that. It's similar to like social media with us. If you support that person, I don't understand why you can't just call that person and tell them, I know you're going through this right now. Pray over them. You could do all of that. God didn't say we're not supposed to do that. But I need to understand the reasoning for, like you said, Busta Rhymes. I had so much respect for him. I never seen him do nothing. And now you saying he was under a post? Why did you have to do that under a post? Why couldn't you just reach? Why did you need it to be known?
Because you're making a statement. That's why.
Exactly.
You're making a statement. You put it under a post. Everybody gonna see the shit. We rocking with you still, Diddy, to the end. What?
Do you think some of them are scared and they said something so he don't flip on them? Because he's gonna flip him anyway. And from my understanding, these tapes look like the
I don't think that's what it
that
is.
guy.
If I may, I don't think that's what
Yeah.
it is.
Okay.
I think what's going on. If I may, let me just offer
Because I don't know.
a little bit of a controversy here. I've been a security guard to some of these folks in a past life. The after parties, the parties, the party after the party, the back room of the back room, the VIPs. These girls, some of them. I'm not saying all. I mean, the things I've seen, they know that stuff is going on. They know there's drugs. There's all kinds of stuff going on, and they keep showing up for whatever
I
reason.
agree.
They will see one girl leave, knowing, oh, this girl she don't look right. But the girl that just saw the girl leave, she still wants to go in there. She has to go through me. So I'm the guy who's like, no, you can't get in. Yes, you can. No, you can't. And they tap me on the shoulder. Yeah, let this one go in. Let this one go in. And they still show up every time. Every
But
time.
do they get beat
They
up?
are they are at every, like I said, they would see something happen, see a girl walk out the section knowing, oh, this girl got roughed up, and would still want to go in. I'm at work. I don't work for the artist. I work for the club. So I do my job as a club. I can't walk out. If I work for the artist, no problem. I can walk away. But I work for the club. I'm still doing my job. The girl will see another girl get roughed up and still want to get in. And you see that
You're
for so
telling the
many
truth.
years. You see that for so many years. It numbs you out a little bit. I believe that's the angle that a lot of people who don't say anything, the Jay-Z's of the world. Well, I don't know about the other ones who actually spoke, but I think the ones who don't say anything, I think that's the angle they're coming from. I may be wrong, but I think that's what a lot of them think. They're like, okay, we get it. It is bad, but at some point in time in the conversation, maybe right now is not the time. Perhaps never. But when you've seen some things, man, some of these girls, they show up every
Well,
time. They don't leave. They want to get in. One leaves, and she will see one roughed up. She still wants to get in for whatever
I
reason.
believe you. It was a so on the Tuesday show, I talked about an article that Cola something put up. It was on the Tuesday show, but it was a blog that she wrote, and she was friends with Cam Porter, and she wrote, "I'm really sorry this is happening to Cassie. I hope she gets her vengeance, but she did X, Y, and Z to Kim. One of the things was when Kim would be getting hands put on her, Cassie would be there laughing because Cassie was the one on the pedestal. He compared them for the obvious skin color. One was better, and one time went to the degree of trying to make Kim Porter lick Cassie's tampon. And Cassie would laugh at her, and Cassie would do all of these things to her. And that is one of the main things that I said from the beginning, is that it's very interesting how Cassie is telling her story. Did she ever deserve any of it? Because the question was, is this her karma? I still don't. Humans don't get to deliver karma, so he's still a bad son of a bitch. Like, you're still bad. Is that her karma? I don't know. I don't think people deserve hands put on them. But you did see it, Cassie, and you allowed it to happen. And I believe that's why she told her story the way she told it. Because if you listen to the story, it's not, her stories aren't complete. Most people will tell a story and it was what happened before, then, and after. Hers don't go like that. So she knows that her parts included some shit. Let's just be honest. That's why I know what you're saying is true, JoJo. It's no way you didn't see some of this shit if y'all was in the same house. The same way Young Miami and that girl Gina go back and forth. Gina's the one to get the hands put on her. Young Miami's the one that doesn't. But if Gina were to move out of the way, it would have probably switched. You get what I'm saying? And Young Miami has way more popularity than any of the girls had without him. So all of those factors are in play. But the point being is, you were okay with it until it was you, and you were okay with it while it was you. And this is what we got to address. Why is it? Oh, why are women okay with that being us? Like, why? Because if you don't take accountability, we can never fix it. So what is it that made you stay in such turmoil? Because you could have not made it. Let's not look at the money today, because it couldn't have been a money grab while she was in it. It wasn't no money. She could have easily not made it out with nothing. I think that's a bigger topic that we need to talk about, because there are going to be many more after that, like you said, with so many people, even a broke motherfucker. It don't have nothing to do with the money sometimes. It has to do with love. But it just makes me wonder, where are the men in your family? You not telling them something is going on.
I mean, it's broken people, man, and we have a lot of broken people. We have a lot of people that never had guidance and never had moral compass taught to them or anything like that. But we can't deflect the conversation and switch it over. This is strictly a focus on niggas doing bullshit. Like,
well, for me, it's women too, because I want to know. I want to know why. I want to know why you don't say something so we can help you, because it don't start like that, brother. You know what I mean? Like, if they tell their story, then we will be able to say, oh, this is what led to that. Not that they're like all the way wrong. It could be hostage from the beginning. It could be blackmail from the beginning. It could be a lot of things, but some of us don't know what that looks like. So not blame so much. So not a deflection. Just, I don't, this shit is wild to me. I couldn't even make it through the whole video of him. As soon as he slang her, I couldn't watch it. I couldn't watch it.
I mean, it's because I feel sympathy and empathy actually for people in that, because how many of us have stayed in relationships that we should have got out of?
Absolutely.
How many of us known somebody was bad for us, known damn well it was, and we stayed? So that's the same shit. How many of us, and it don't even always have to be physical abuse, it could be other abuse. How many of us has been through this shit and stayed too long, and people ask us, why'd you stay? And we just got that dumb face like,
I don't know, it just happened. Right.
You know what I mean? So I think that's just a loaded situation, a loaded question with so many different angles and answers. You know, that's why it's hard to really, you know, a lot of people, I'm not talking about you, sis, but I'm talking about people that are dissecting this. I feel like they're really trying to change the topic and go away from the main problem. The main problem is these men of power with all this bread are taking advantage of their power and doing a whole bunch of, nobody cares if you do drugs. Nobody cares if you're gay. None of that shit matters. Nobody cares if you like to have menage a trois and all that. Nobody gives a fuck. Just stop beating people,
hurting people, right?
And raping them. Stop hurting
That's
them.
the only
part.
That's the part. That's the part. That's it.
Hurting people.
Do whatever it is you want to do. Just don't put your hands on people.
Just don't hurt people, man.
That's it. You don't have to put your hands on people.
Whatever. Do all the smoke you want. Drink all the Cristal you want. Have all the sex parties you want. Have all the relations you want. But stop.
As long as you're not putting your hands on people, that's it.
Right. Or forcing them to do those things. To blackmail them and stuff like that. I just don't understand. You're right. That is a very loaded question, and I just I don't understand. I just don't.
You know, I think it gets to a point where a lot of people that have that kind of money, once you've done everything there is to do, you start looking for shit to do because you got time and money now. Now you're just doing shit.
I believe that. I think it starts with mental abuse and then it leads to other things. That's my belief, and that's something that has kind of warned me in the previous relationship where I left it, because he was a narcissist. He was a narcissist. So let's get into some of the videos about narcissists. And then, to be clear, this isn't just about dating a narcissist. In the comments, I really like this video. I'll pin it to the top. But I really liked it because it was people in the comments talking about being raised by narcissist parents. I didn't even think about that it could pass on to your children, because that's where your most dominance will probably come, because you can make them do whatever. And when they defy you, I'm pretty sure it was some not pretty stuff happening in those homes. But let's start, and then we will dissect what an actual narcissist is. And it is not a condition. It is a behavior. It's a personality. I didn't know that. So
It's not a condition. It doesn't have to be diagnosed.
correct. And it most likely won't be, because what is a narcissist? They think they know everything. They're probably not going to go to therapy.
Oh, wow.
I'll tell you my therapy story in a minute. Hold on. Here we go. These are in no particular order because I can't remember how the hell I put them in.
And where narcissistic people are tricky is that if they feel safe, I got to tell you, it might be one of the most engaging, entrancing, exhilarating, charismatic, charming experiences you've ever had. They've hung the moon, they've hung the sun only for you. It is, it's dopamine. Okay.
It's literally a Jekyll and Hyde experience.
Really, it is. But then at a time they don't feel safe or they're bored, it's over. And people will spend their lives trying to get back to that hung the sun, hung the moon kind of a moment. And it's that they really don't have any more use for you anymore. Then that's it. You ain't going to feel that again.
Well,
So, for those people that think that they can cure a narcissist, you cannot, because they're self-serving. That literally is who they are. And it was compared to like how some people are introverts. I'm an introvert. I can be an extrovert when I need to be, but it's because I worked on it. But as soon as I can go back to being an introvert, I go right back. If I go out, I have anxiety before I go out. I go out and I have fun. I come home and I am exhausted. That next day, I'm probably not doing anything, because my true personality is an introvert. It's the same thing with a narcissist. So they will, heard that term love bomb? Most abusers love bomb. They love bomb because of the dopamine. Yeah. That we all get from being treated so well. You on cloud nine, and it's like a drug. So the entire time you're looking to get that back, you're wondering why it went away. Does that make sense?
It does. Surely
Hold
does.
on. I
Yes,
have to
Mr.
ask.
Narcissist. No, I'm just kidding.
I absolutely have to ask.
Sure.
What if it's a guy who simply really likes you, and
Then
by
they'll
the time
definitely
you
like you.
hurt a guy or a girl, let's say you're a person that really likes somebody, and perhaps you haven't learned either how to pace yourself, and then you just really forward with everything that you have within you to give, and it's a genuine one to offer. You're not asking for anything back, but someone hurt you. That person you gave it to hurt you, and
In a previous
behind that
relationship?
hurt, no, I'm talking about the person you're giving all of this to,
Oh, okay.
and then that person who you're giving all of this to hurt you, and you decide, you know what, it's okay. I'm too hurt, and I'm just taking my ball, and I'm going, and I'm going away. Based on what you described, would that make him a narc too, or no? Like
Mm-mm.
I'm not.
Mm-mm. You'll see in one of the other ones. No, narcissist. a big key factor with narcissists is their rage, their anger, their hair trigger reaction. So no, if you decided that any of us that a relationship doesn't work, that's called being emotionally intelligent and aware. If it doesn't work, then you just end the relationship and leave. But a narcissist in that same situation, they would flip it. I give you everything. I changed your life. I'm the most amazing person you've ever had. And now you want to do this to me? You'll never find nobody better than me. And I'm taking my ball back. That's how they would leave.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
That's how my previous relationship was.
That's how we measure. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that instead of, you know what, it was good while it lasted, but I don't think you're good for me. I'm just going to leave. And someone who
Yeah.
walks away like that, that's okay.
They go
Okay.
clean off. They go off.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Next video.
The difference was back in the day, if you needed validation, okay, there was a time if you needed validation, you actually had to clean up and leave the house. So where narcissists really did their dirty work was they would harm the people around them. Very dominant, probably cruel to spouses, cruel to children. These systems have always been there. But at the moment, I thought, oh God, you just write stuff and people like it? The moment sticks in my mind, I thought, this is going to be a disaster. Oh, no, nobody needs to leave the house. They can put forth a false version of themselves, the grandiose version, the fantasy version, and sit at home and let the validation come in. My concern was that this was going to make their narcissistic symptomatology worse overall. And I think that has been borne out.
Wow.
So social media is what she's saying is what really kicked narcissism up to another notch, which is why people use the term so much. They're using it wrong. Most people, as soon as they don't like a man, they're calling him a damn narcissist, and that's not a narcissist in most cases. But for the purposes of this, yes, social media did crank that up because they have a need to have all their needs met, and their needs require them to be up here and you to be down here. Validation and those type of things. Like you said, you can post something. You could post something you just told your girl or your dude. I could post something that me and my husband just went through. And I'll post it and say, I made an amazing dinner and nobody even appreciated. Why, Asia, you could cook so well. I don't know. They tripping. That plate looked good to me. And that's going to pump me up to make that person that just said it wasn't good, that person is wrong. That person is not wrong. It wasn't good to them. But I went and got validation from everybody else in a place that's not even real. I didn't tell everything that went with it because the real thing was that wasn't something that person ate. But I left all of that out. I only put what I wanted to put so I could get the validation, the encouragement whatever I needed to get out of that, be a victim, whatever. They do that as well. So they don't tell the full story. They don't process a full story. And when they regurgitate it to you, you are horrible. And everybody else loves me. That part will come with it. Everybody else likes it. Nobody else has that problem. Next one.
Well, the challenge with the narcissistic personality is that it's a very egocentric, self-serving style, right? It's designed to get them what they need. It's what helps them feel safe, what helps them feel happy, with very little regard for anyone else. So narcissism is a person who has a lack of empathy, and I'm going to talk about, or performative empathy, which I'm going to get to in a minute. Okay, but they have inconsistent or low empathy. They're very entitled. They're arrogant. They're egocentric. They're chronically validation and admiration seeking. They need to be in control all the time. They are poorly emotionally regulated, prone to show strong shows of rage if they're frustrated or disappointed or aren't getting their way. They're very easily provoked and very thin-skinned. If anyone gives them feedback or criticism, like, rah, they're very pretentious. They tend to be very superficial. I mean, the list goes. It's that kind of stuff.
Oh my God, you just described my last 3 girlfriends.
Tell us more.
Wow. Well, she said everything.
3 is crazy.
Ah!
3 is crazy. Damn.
Oh wow.
Right.
Man,
What happened? We're gonna
man.
wait. What happened? We want to know. Because I have the last three. I have one. You got three. Damn.
Self-centered, egotistical, lashing. I mean, obviously not all of it. I don't think anybody is able to do all of it, but to display some
Oh
of the
no, they
behavior,
yes the
I
hell
did
they
not know.
oh yeah they can.
Oh, really?
Oh Lord. It's
Oh,
exhausting.
wow.
I swear to yes. Yes.
Oh, wow.
And I have somebody who's gonna come on and tell their story, but I need to figure out how to have them on and cover their face and change their voice. But they want to tell their story because they've just gone through something very, very, yeah. You have all of them when you're a narcissist. It's all of them.
Oh,
So
wow.
tell us
You
your
will have
story.
to have. Oh,
With these ladies,
nah,
because
nah.
everybody said my homegirl is perfect. I'm a perfect woman. Y'all, we can't all be perfect. It got to be something wrong with us. Now that's just ridiculous.
Right.
That's all right. I'm gonna leave it for another time. That's okay. That's okay. That's
Try to tell
okay.
us the last three is narcissist, and then I tell us,
But
No smoke. You got 3 of
no,
them jobs.
because man, yeah, because I as she's citing these things, it's like, oh, it's like, okay, I recall myself being in a situation where, okay, when the situation happened, I was like, all right, look, let me try and have some introspection into what just happened. You 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 first want to make sure you did everything that you could to get the
right,
desired outcome, and you're trying to figure out where along the line it happened, where the outcome became too far to reach. Then you start taking everything apart, what you said, what you did, how you were, how your emotions were, and then you try and take in what the other person said, how they may have meant it, how they think for them to be able to be able to 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 understand a situation, therefore leading them to behave the way they behave, and you're trying to figure out where it comes from. And you think about it, and you're like, oh wow, this person is, well. At first, I thought, okay, it was self-preservation. If someone understands of themselves that the only way they can win, the only way that a outcome is desirable is if they get something out of it. My understanding of that was, this is just who they are. The only way that the person that I was with felt that a decision was good, good was defined by, I get something out of it. Good
wow,
can be you don't get anything out of it.
right,
And I was trying to get them to understand, that the best decision for us to take for the group may sometimes require that you don't get anything out of it. And they could not
right.
comprehend that. They just could not understand that. Now that I'm listening to this lady talk, she said, what's the word she used? I was like, oh, is that what that was? Because that is very, very, very
Mm,
self-serving, to be thinking that the only way you can have something good to you in in a group setting is that you have to get something out of it. Like, oh wow, that is good. That's all. Without getting into details of what happened, I'm not.
get
No, I'm
something out
not.
of it every single time, or one.
Every single time, every single time, every single time.
That's not always realistic, though. Sometimes it's not your turn, and in a different time, then it will be your turn. Sometimes.
The argument made
Right? Because that
against
means
that
you're getting
was,
something out of it, right? I don't know.
you're absolutely correct. But the rebuttal that was given to me when I made the same argument that you made was, what if it never comes back to me? which is, I
So they
presume,
lack
is a
trust.
valid argument to me. I don't know. At that point, I'm finished thinking. I'm done thinking. At that point. It's like,
Okay.
oh, what if it doesn't come back? What if I give it, I don't get back? What if I let it go this time and then next time it doesn't?
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we got two more. I'll save the 5 ways you know somebody is a narcissist for last. Let's listen to the next one.
Now, the core of narcissism is a deep insecurity. And that's the piece we forget. These are not people actually who, at their most primal unconscious level, believe they're hype. They are, all of this stuff is to create almost a suit of armor around that unprocessed insecurity. The narcissistic person is always fighting a battle against shame. And the shame is at an unconscious level, people are going to see they ain't all that. They lash out to maintain dominance, because you also want to know what motivates the narcissistic person. Power, dominance, control, and frankly, safety, because all those things keep them safe. If they're in control, if they're the boss, if they have all the money, then they feel okay. All the power, whatever, the fame, whatever it looks like, then they're okay. That's narcissism. I forgot to also say they're very grandiose. So they live in a fantasy world. I'm going to have the perfect love story. Look at my perfect life. You can see how social media took this grandiosity and blew it up into something that I've been studying narcissism since before there was social media. And I was like, what the holy hell just
What
happened?
have you seen?
So, going back to your last statement, you said the person said, "What if it never comes back to me?" That's the
That's the
insecurity.
insecurity. That's the insecurity.
That was the insecurity. Something has happened in this person's life that they were probably never considered or weren't considered enough, and it probably is family. So that trust wasn't there that it would be their turn. So they did not want to relinquish that. And so, in an effort to still probably get what she wanted, she probably threw a tantrum, started an argument. So either one of two things could happen. Either you would follow behind her, the attention would be on her and away from that situation, or she could exit and not do anything, which is what she originally wanted to do, and everything could go on. And then after it's done, she probably came back and started over like nothing ever happened, or maintained her attitude until you apologize, because you're wrong and she's right. She needs you to apologize and reflect on
Also,
yourself.
that's right. Also, to give you an example here, it doesn't always happen with a significant other, like a
Right,
relationship.
right.
I can also remember what she described just right now in this video. I remember a very close family member of mine. We were barely a year apart. We grew up together, and when we were growing up, those were the things that she would say. Oh, my husband is going to be so perfect, and so this, so that. The insecurity was she was a little bit bigger. She felt that she was a little bit bigger, and most of our friends, let's say, were not as big. So she was always teased for that. So she used to speak that way, and she would. She used to tell a lot, like even for the smaller stuff, she used to tell on everyone. So everybody knew her for that. She wasn't known for but I could see now that it's being described the way she's saying it in the video. I can think back and look at it like, oh wow, so that's what that was.
Mm-hmm.
In
That
kids
thing
too.
I don't understand is that one of the other things that she identified in this video is that unlike every other disorder, which is why she doesn't believe that narcissism should even be claimed as the 1 to 4% in diagnosing them with it, is that every other disorder is internal. Like me being an introvert, that's me. Somebody being an extrovert and can't function if they don't go out enough, it affects them. Psycho disorders, it affects them. It doesn't affect others. This is something, that's why she calls it, it's your characteristic, it's your personality, it's who you are. And those are the things that we choose, because you can choose not to do the shit. because you know what you're doing when you do it. You're a master manipulator, but you want to inflict. You want everybody else to pay for how you feel. Kind of. You want everybody else to validate you. If they don't, or if anything is questioned, you go off on that person instead of, why does this make me act like this? You don't give a damn. You don't want other people to see it. And then you want, like she said, the perfect marriage. And I remember my ex, it was something that he said was, I can't wait to show you off. And he said the reason why. I can't tell the reason why, or people will know who it was. Associates, you're right. Friends, no, mama, friends do hurt you. Everybody hurts you because your family hurts you. Your parents can hurt you. I've come to accept that people are human, and what associates do. I think this is what you mean. A friend will not hurt you and not care that they didn't hurt you. An associate, yeah, because your family, there's a difference between family and relatives. Your family, we've all hurt somebody, knowing or unknowing. But if it has been presented to us and we care, we will fix it because it wasn't intentional. So I agree with it from that space. But he said, I can't wait to show you off. That's probably the worst thing that he could have said to me because I'm an introvert and I'm also very shy. I don't like to be the center of attention. I didn't like it because that immediately made me think, shit, I got to be perfect. I'm just now getting out of the space where I feel like I need to be perfect. Can't have my hair out of place. Can't do this. Can't do that. I'm just now getting to the place where I'm perfectly comfortable showing up as my naked truth. And then you say some shit like this, like, why are you saying that? Who shows a person off? Does that mean you don't really love him? Okay.
Did you ask him why?
I told you I can't tell you the reason, or well, I can tell y'all after the show. Yeah, yeah, of course.
Here's why.
No, I got a full explanation, and I was like,
okay,
that's not about me.
Okay,
it wasn't for me.
It wasn't for you. Okay, all right. Okay, because without hearing it, someone may think other things, but I can see myself like, okay, I really like you. And the reason why I want to show you off is because I want the world to know that I got this amazing human being here.
Right.
I just can't keep it to myself. The world needs to know this girl is the girl.
Right.
And I'm
we all want to do that.
Okay.
No, It was you're better than her. She's gonna regret this. Like, no.
Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah. A narcissist, they will, because they like the attention on them too, they'll start off saying the right thing, the textbook thing, the right thing. If you're one of those people that let people talk, they'll talk themselves into, they'll get so comfortable because they think you're agreeing. They'll tell everything.
Wow.
Right. So it started off as a good thing, a good build up to that. But again, because the person just got comfortable. And yeah, that's not comfortable for me. I'm not even comfortable around my brothers and sisters like that and stuff. When I walk in, they say, "Oh, you're cute. You look cute today." I'm like, I'm not that. I swear that is not who my legs shake most of the time when I'm recording. That's not who I am. When people tell you who they are, believe them, because if you're trying to take them or something, they're trying to tell you how we show up because we're trying to be better. That's anybody. That's like taking an alcoholic out that tells you I'm an alcoholic and you don't think that they are, oh, just have one drink. No, respect that space and support them in that space and treat them as such. It's the same across the board for everything. But let's listen to the last one and then we'll wrap up because this is the meat and potatoes, child. Listen, these motherfuckers, they wild. They're wild.
What are the 5 warning signs that someone's a narcissist?
So I would say number 1 would be that they're very reactive if they experience any form of feedback or criticism. So if you say anything, even like a really thoughtful critique, like, I would consider rewriting this paragraph. throw the paper in your face. Really? Really? Oh, so you're James Joyce? You write it, that kind of thing. So number 2, oppositionality. If you tell them to do something, they'll go out of their way. They don't like being told what to do. So you might ask them, could you wear a mask? That was a big one during the pandemic. Could you wear a mask?
Yeah.
How dare you tell me to do this? Their empathy is very superficial. Some people say, no, they had empathy. Like it'll seem so on point, but they're not really present with you. They'll cry at a movie, but when that same exact thing happens in their life, they're actually treating the other person badly, and they don't even connect the two. Like, you were just crying when that man beat someone in the story, and then yet you were threatening like, how do you not see? And they don't see it. And there's also a transactional quality to their empathy. They'll be really warm to you when they need something, but when they get it, they'll actually click out. And that's a really bad feeling, because you recognize, oh, they were just nice to me to get that thing. So the 4th, I would say, is egocentricity. It's really hard for them to not hijack a conversation, interrupt people, and constantly make it about themselves. So even when somebody might say, I went abroad for my very first trip, the narcissistic person, give them like 3 minutes, and they'll like, what airline did you take? Yeah, no, I'll take that airline. It's not that great. Oh, what hotel did you stay in? Like, oh, the hotel I'd recommend in Rome is this. So triangulation is creating chaos in environments.
So is that a 5th sign to look for a triangulation?
I would say that it's hard to look for triangulation. You have to look for the soft signs of triangulation, which be gossip, talking badly about other people, trying to get the goods on other people. So they're always trying to like sort of talk to me about this person, talk to me about that person. And then you'll come to find out they're doing the same thing about you to someone else. Yeah. 5A is gaslighting. They're constantly doubting reality. I never said that. I never did that. I didn't put that there. That never happened. And then when you try to push back on that, they'll say, oh my God, you're so sensitive. Or have you seen a shrink? Because people don't usually react the way you are. So they leave you feeling as though you're impaired.
So Jojo, the reason why I smiled when you said all of those things about your cousin, I was like, that's a narcissist. Especially the parts. No, you guys tell me. I've been talking long enough. You guys tell me, what are some of those that you can relate to? Let's read the comment because it's for the previous one. I feel like this: if you are my friend and you hurt me, then you become someone I consider an associate or nothing, i.e. that's why I can count my friends on one hand without using 2 fingers. Oh my goodness. Huh?
So no friends? Is that what that meant?
Mom got 2 friends. My God. Well, no, I think, yeah, 2. One is my godmother, and then one is a friend that used to stay downstairs. Her other friend was my aunt, Auntie Jackie. She passed away a couple of years ago. That was a friend, but also most of the friends are family members. So I don't even know why she's a part of this conversation, Mom. Like, we know my aunts are your friends. She could count on one hand and 2 fingers.
She said without. So it's without using 2 fingers.
Because she got one left. That's here. That's alive. I'm done with Mom. I cannot. She do not like that friend word. Never have, which is why I don't have very many people. I call a friend and spell it the right way. But anyway, yes, we agree, Mom. We know. Don't be over there laughing. I'm my mama's best friend. Me, my sister, and the dog Coco. Anywho, so of the video that we just heard with the 5 things, can you think of somebody that has exhibited those traits? I would love to hear from you guys, because males don't really use it, and I think that you should, because there are some narcissist women, and our power is in our tongue, so we probably master the shit, the ones that do it. Well, JoJo's cousin, for one.
Yeah.
She got us all the gossip. She got us all the gossip. And tell on everybody.
Exactly. Everything that you described So far, at least half of everything she's listed, I've observed in women. I don't deal with men the same way I deal with girls. I've seen it in men. It's especially the power side that I've seen men do. Uh, uh, on the woman's side, it's more of the soft stuff that she described. Like I said, I never knew these things. I thought these things were supposed to be diagnosed, and you need to go to a doctor and psychologist, and someone
I
has to
thought so
study
too.
you, and so on and so forth. But the way I'm hearing it, everybody has a little bit of something of a narc. Some
So
people
that
will
was
have
one
it
of the
more than
questions.
others.
Yeah.
Some people will have it more than others, I guess.
But it's the bad part of it. No, some of us have some of those different things, but it's not a narcissist. You have to have those components to be a narcissist.
All together.
Um, yes, they have to be together because I don't think that you're realizing how much is coming in and then what is actually being given out. What is being given out is number one, fake. I'm doing it to get something, but it doesn't last long. It's Jojo, it's like clockwork. Like, okay. It's like, okay, if the person goes off on you that night, they'll wake up in the morning. Good morning, beautiful, blah, blah, blah. Oh, you are so beautiful. I was just wondering if you could do X, Y, and Z. So you're not
Oh,
going to apologize about what, like, it goes so
as if
fast.
what happened last night didn't as if what
Yes,
happened last night didn't happen.
yes,
Oh no, no,
yes.
no,
It's
no, no,
very
no, no, no,
choppy.
no.
It don't even blend. It's very calculated. No, you would know it if you see it. When they do ask you things, they're being, if it's man to woman, they're being in your business because they want to be controlling. If you tell them about your friends, like, oh, I went out with such and such, can you believe she was dancing all on this guy? Oh, she be out there having fun, huh? I hope you wasn't doing that. Next time. Okay, they're gonna wait a little bit. Next time. So you just out there being a hoe with your friend. That's why I don't like you being around them bitches. Whoa, that's my friend you talking about. They go in and they gather information to use it against you too, because they got to be up here while you're down here. And then you try to prove that now you're trying to prove yourself. Like, why would I go out and act like that? Why would I tell you that happened if that's who I am? And she's single, she could do what the hell she want to do. So you just condone it. Like it spirals. And you, before you know it, you're trying to prove yourself to this person. You're apologizing. Like you said, you came back, you self-reflected because that's what we're taught to do. Okay, let me see where my role was, what I could have did differently that may have changed the outcome. That's what we're taught. They thrive on that type of shit. We're the best type of people to get for that because we're conforming. We're not immediately going to argue back, especially if we don't know where the fuck it came from. We're like, I don't understand what
Yeah,
happened. What made you
exactly. That expression right there, that like what?
dead
What
ass?
just like all the
Right.
scratching my head like
Like, how did that
what?
happen? How did we go from this?
How?
No, wait, you must have misunderstood me. Oh, so now I'm stupid? Don't fucking talk to me like that. I'm not no child. Wait, what? You can never catch your foot. They throw you off. That was one of the things. They throw you off. You can't, no, you will know. You will know for sure. You will know for sure.
I know now. I did not know
It's
before. I
like a
didn't know that.
psychotic. Yes.
I
The
didn't know before.
sociopath, mom. But yes. Ron, what about you and some of these women that you dated that you said, I don't want a relationship, and then they break up with you? Oh, I've been broken up with too, and I wasn't even in a relationship. And you know it's true. Like, okay, you're not
Yeah,
even gonna fight for me?
yeah, I've dealt with some of that. The strongest part of the equation that I dealt with was the gaslighting. You know what I'm saying? The
Mm-hmm.
altering reality and then completely flipping on you as if you did, like that type of shit. Like that's probably the craziest part that I've seen. And like you said, there's a lot of narcissistic women too, not just men. I think men are focused on when it comes to this whole narcissist thing, which rightfully so. There are a lot of motherfuckers that are, but definitely a lot of women out there that are narcissistic, and it's something that leaves you in it with a feeling of confusion if you're not on your shit mentally, because you'd be like, what the what, huh? That's on me. Like you'd be like really puzzled, like what the okay, I did that. You know what I mean? Like really, like you be really lost when it comes to them, because that's how narcissists make you feel in the heat of an argument or heat of something that's a confrontation or a conversation. They can make you feel this big because they got, you know what I'm saying, that much in them to do that. So I hate even thinking about it. I run straight away from a narcissist. If I see any of these signs together, like you said, it got to be all of them. If I see some shit like that, I don't give a damn how fine you are, how much zeros you got in your bank account. I am out.
I think that's a big one. I didn't even think it does make you feel this small. It makes you feel like whatever title that they're trying to give you. So if they're trying to make you feel like you're a liar, too promiscuous, in some regard, you're always going to feel stupid, especially if you're smart, because the first thing you say is, huh? Because you're for real lost and you can't catch up. And then you get accused of playing dumb when you like, no, really, I need you to explain it. So now I just got to explain shit to you. And you like, well, then you be thinking, did I miss something? How did I miss a whole event? Like, and how did that's what you got out of the same thing where we just were, or a conversation we were having. It will take up a lot of your time. If you don't know the signs at the beginning and pay attention, you'll spend, like she said, it'll be great at the beginning. They gave you the sun, the moon, the stars, and they're really nice. They're really this, they're really that. So you think, oh, they just must be having a bad day. What does this tie back to? Exactly what we was talking about before. Any form of abuse, and why we shouldn't look at victims as the shit happens. It starts with they're just having a bad day. Then it goes into, well, maybe we just need to learn how to talk to each other better. Maybe I'm using a word they don't like or a phrase, or it just escalates the longer you stay. But the reality is, some of us have dated long enough, or you've been married and divorced. We have to start being more sure of ourselves. We just do. And that don't mean being arrogant or nothing like that, but it means saying, this isn't for me, because you know for sure some things that you did and didn't do. And it's a balance between being emotionally intelligent, being socially aware, holding yourself accountable, and knowing that somebody is playing you. That's just the reality. If you for sure know you didn't do something, I probably wouldn't give them no more than 2 opportunities to flip. And you can't flip. I mean, to gaslight or something like that. And I'm with Ron. I will be out of there, because you'll spend the rest of your time trying to get back to that thing, because you'll wonder how it derailed.
Right.
And you'll never know, because they're not going to tell you. They'll keep telling you what you did wrong and how you wrong for not seeing what you did wrong. As a woman, we'll be told we're stubborn, you too independent, all those things that the rap videos say, basically. Everything that Kevin Samuel said, you too masculine, you'll hear all of those things, and you like, I didn't even, like, you for real didn't do nothing. If you for real feel like you didn't, I say you have to start going with your gut, because social media is changing people's behaviors too. And it's making certain bad behaviors very strong.
Fact.
Let's go around and say the one thing that would give you an alert. For me is, nobody else ever said that. I didn't ask about nobody else. This is about us and how I feel. That's not cool. That's my, don't tell me what no fucking body else said, because you're not rocking with them for a reason. They probably should have told you.
Damn.
What's something that for girls
Yeah,
said to y'all?
for
Y'all be
me,
like,
for me is I didn't say that. I'm like, you do realize that what you said means something. Those that's not the words I used. I wasn't trying to I wasn't trying to regurgitate what you were saying. I was paraphrasing. But you do realize that what you said means something. But that's not what I said. Yeah,
so let me ask, would the
that's
proper thing be if I said something to you as a woman and then you paraphrase it and say it back, then I should say it different how I'm trying to say it, right? If that's not what I meant, then I'm supposed to correct, right?
the opportunity. Yeah, the opportunity is there to clarify, but usually
What happens, right? Okay.
that's not what happens. Yeah, the opportunity is always there to
What I hate is
clarify.
I hate the rewriting of history. That's what I hate in a conversation. Let's say, for instance, you know somebody and maybe you guys are cool and then y'all tried the dating thing or maybe attempted to do it and never got that far, and then y'all end up staying friends, and then that person acts like you guys never went there, like it never happened, like you made the shit up in your head, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, huh?
Oh, I've had that too,
That's
but in
supreme
reverse.
gaslighting. It just never happened.
It never happened.
I've had
You
that
made it up in
too.
your head. You made up the story. We never was talking about nothing sexual. We never did any, exchange any videos of each other. We never talked about what we gonna do. That never happened. That right there.
Yeah, I've had that. Um, the other one that I had in the same way that you did it. The other one that I had was, and he was chasing me, and he was going after me hard.
They do that. Yep,
All
they do that.
all I
Everybody
did
wants
was
me. You're lucky to have
everybody,
me.
yeah. All I did
Mhm.
was say hi a few times, and like I was after you hard. I was chasing you. Oh, okay, okay. He was all over me, all up in my DMs. All I said was hi.
Now you at the altar. See, everybody want me.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a good
Not
one,
so.
Ron. That was a good one, Ron. That was a good one. That was a good one.
That was a good one because they do that
They
too.
act like nothing happened.
Or they act like too much happened. Trying to,
Or they act like too much happened.
were you like you said, all I did was spoke. What are you talking about? Like, no, I held the door open, girl. I'm not trying to get with you. Like, calm down.
Tell you act or sit up here and act like something didn't happen that happened. If I told you this story off air, you'd be like, "What the fuck?"
Oh
And then,
wow.
so then the part of that is when they do act like that, and you say, because you again that, huh? Oh, maybe you don't. No, because remember such and such and such and such. So you're gonna tell me I don't remember? Whoa! So now you're angry because I know what happened. So are you trying to remember? The anger is as a deflection, like you said, because if I truly didn't remember and you explaining it to me, then I'm gonna listen and be like, oh, I remember. Damn, I still don't remember. My bad. But I'm not gonna tell you it didn't occur because clearly it did, and I just don't remember.
I was right there with you. I was right there with you.
I got videos of you. You
I was
talking
about to say you probably still got the video. Let's just keep it a buck.
I got the pictures and the videos. What
That's why people be getting blasted.
We never been there. Of course, luckily I'm not that type of nigga to do that, but you gonna sit
But you could send it back to that person like, oh, for real?
You forgot about this
how dare you talk to me?
Forgot about this video. You forgot about that time when we was doing that FaceTime. You forgot about that, huh? That never happened, huh? I'm making all this shit up in my head. You never let me on. You
and
never.
A liar. Oh, yes. That happens too. That is also a narcissist. And I believe they do that because they want you to keep, they want to keep hearing, they want to keep you engaged, number one, because they're bored. So like a child, even if they're engaging with you to start an argument. They want some type of they're bored. They want the attention back on them, basically. And by getting into an argument or conflict or anything, they'll accidentally text you or accidentally call you. My number, if it's been a while, my number shouldn't even be in your phone. So you didn't accidentally do shit. You didn't accidentally send me a whole text message. I should be so far down by now that you shouldn't do that. But they do, so that you will say something back. Best thing to do, last thing before my brother closes out, is to starve a narcissist. Whatever it is, if you truly want to break away from them, and that's the best thing, starve whatever that component is that they keep pulling out of you. If it's engaging in a lot of arguments, don't do it. If it is, and I don't mean keep talking to them, because agreement for them still fuels them. You got to just leave that type of person alone, because they're not a good person. It's their personality. They're not good for you. Everything is about them. And at some point, I believe that anger escalates to like a Diddy situation. That's just what I believe. That's where a lot of verbal abuse. So you text yourself from their phone. Absolutely. I broke in their house. Text myself. Exactly. So now Ron is the Grim Reaper. He breaks into people's house and steal their phone, unlock it, because you got to unlock it. He unlocks it. Oh, my bad. And then he sends himself a message and backdates it so that he could then re-forward it to you.
Right. I'm that good. I'm that
right.
good.
Right.
I'm a
right.
magician. Yeah.
Right. So, starved narcissists. They're crazy. Sorry, but they are. Well, if you like that type of entertainment, that's for you. But I will tell you, it does not end well. So that is it for tonight. And I'll have my brother close out. I don't have anything else to say.
So yeah, everybody pay attention to those signs. Remember, as we said, they have to have all of the components to be considered a narcissist. Not have a part of a narcissistic behavior and you can't call them a narcissist. Like you can't call a gangbanger or someone that wears a blue shirt a gangbanger just because we wear a blue shirt. So, make sure you pay attention to these signs, add them up, see if they add up to the equation. If you see, run, get the fuck away, and make better decisions. And men hold each other accountable on something that we were talking about earlier. Make sure y'all continue to watch us, like and subscribe. We appreciate y'all watching us every week, and we will be back next week. It's the famous homie Jojo Habanero, Big Sis, Melanin, Madam, and we out of here, y'all.
Bye.